What if Huckleberry Finn told the real story, the one that was never written? What if Jim, the enslaved man, had a voice of his own thoughts, and his own journey? In James, Percival Everett flips the script, challenging everything we thought we knew. Stay tuned as we dive into this bold retelling that brings a fresh, powerful perspective. Mark Twain's Adventures of Huckleberry Finn is considered a classic. But have you ever wondered how the story would change if we heard it from Jim's point of view? Percival Everett's James does exactly that. This novel gives Jim a voice, intelligence, and agency in a way that Twain never did. But what does this change? How does it transform the American literary canon? Let's find out. James follows the same basic structure as Huckleberry Finn, but with one major difference: it's told from Jim's perspective. In Twain's original, Jim is often seen as a sidekick, almost a caricature, but in Everett's retelling, he is intelligent, philosophical, and fully aware of the dangers around him. Jim isn't just along for the ride. He's escaping slavery, struggling to survive, and making sense of a world that constantly dehumanizes him. His thoughts are deep, his fears real, and his wit sharp. He's no longer the comic relief or the helpless character waiting to be freed. He's a man fighting for his own future, and this changes everything. One of the biggest challenges James presents is the way it forces us to rethink a beloved classic. Twain's novel is often defended as a critique of racism, but it still portrays Jim through the lens of a young white boy. James challenges us to ask, what if the original story silenced its most important character? What if Twain, despite his intentions, still upheld the power structures he was critiquing? Everett uses James to give readers a new lens. He plays with language, twisting the dialect used to depict Jim in Huckleberry Finn and turning it into a powerful tool. Jim is multilingual, well-read, and deeply aware of the irony in how white people perceive him. This novel also exposes the horrors of slavery in a more direct, unfiltered way. Where Twain hints at injustice, Everett brings it to the forefront. Jim witnesses the brutality firsthand, and instead of being a passive observer, he's an active thinker, survivor, and, most importantly, a man who refuses to be defined by others. One of the most powerful lines from the book is, "I have always been a man. It's just that nobody knew it." This single sentence captures the entire essence of the novel. Jim was always intelligent, always aware, but history refused to acknowledge it. One of the most striking moments in James is when Jim confronts the idea that he has been nothing more than a story to others. He realizes that even Huck, who sees him as a friend, has been shaped by a society that refuses to fully acknowledge his humanity. This realization is heartbreaking, but also empowering. Everett doesn't just rewrite Twain's story, he deconstructs it, showing how literature shapes the way we see history and race. The climax of the novel isn't just Jim's journey to freedom, it's his journey to self-definition. James is a book that demands to be read, not just as a response to Huckleberry Finn, but as a statement about who gets to tell stories. Percival Everett gives Jim the voice he always deserved, and in doing so, he changes how we understand one of America's most famous novels. So, what do you think? Does James rewrite history, or does it reveal a truth that was always there? Have you read the book? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more deep dives into powerful literature.